Oh, let's go, James! Let's go, James! Who? Justin Goodman? Justin, he's just in a good man. No, no. He has a new song, Baruch Hashem. I mean, new. The first song he's ever put out. Oh, yo, we're going to the back of the wagon of the Baal Shem Tov, baby. Yeah. Hey, oh, where we headed? Right, where we headed? Where we headed? Doesn't matter. As long as I'm in the back of the wagon with the best. I'm in the back, in the back of the wagon, on the motion, in the back of the wagon, on the best with me. In the back of the wagon, on the motion, in the back of the wagon, on the best. We're back. We're back. We're new. It's a new day. It's a new life, new energy. Baruch Hashem. Atfilah b'shem kol Yisrael. For all of Am Yisrael. For all of Am Yisrael. And Ilui Nishma, all the tzaddikim that have fallen. Let your kindness then flow to us and open up to us the light of knowledge. Let us come close to a true tzaddik who has the power and wisdom together, all the souls together, and lift them up, as it is written. And the wise man takes souls. All our souls will be merged together in unity. And this true sage will then take them and ascend with them so as to renew them for good, bringing down new Torah teachings from the mouth of the Ancient of Days, the Atik Yomin. As it is written, the wise man ascended to the city of the mighty and brought down its secure stronghold, the Torah. Loving God revealed to us the secrets of the Torah of the concealed ancient one. Please, Hashem, lovingly grant our request for your name's sake. Kind and merciful God, grant that we should come close to the true tzaddik of the generation. We should get close to the tzaddikim in our generation, but also the tzaddik within ourselves. We should get to know the tzaddik within ourselves. It's sometimes we're unfamiliar, or we lose touch of the tzaddik within ourselves. But it's very important to always come back, to always come around, ask how he's doing, ask how she's doing. What a yid, what a special neshama. So we're on Sichot 3. Sichot 3. We're already plowing through Sichot Haran. We're on the third Sicha. So we're understanding the greatness of the Ribbon Shalom. This is what today is all about. It cannot be put into writing how much Rabbi Nachman emphasized Hashem's greatness. He stressed that it is beyond all measure. Hashem does so many wonderful things that absolutely no one can really appreciate them all. It's an amazing thing. You know how we get into that state of gratitude sometimes, and we're just it opens up. We're like, thank you Hashem for the breath. Thank you Hashem for allowing me to walk, for the limbs, for the muscles, for allowing me to drink properly, to go to the bathroom properly. All of these things, we're in the state of gratitude. But even then, when we feel like we covered all of what we can be thankful for, it's literally just a speck. It's just a speck. Doesn't mean we should be messiahish and give up on gratitude, but we should be even a deeper level of gratitude. Thank you, Hashem, for everything that I see, which I want to see more and more and more and more, and everything I don't see. We may speak of Hashem, but we know absolutely nothing. We know nothing. It is said that the goal of all knowledge of Hashem is to realize that one knows nothing. But even this cannot be attained. This not knowing anything cannot be attained. And we'll see further, I think, but we'll see where Hashem takes us, is that we're not talking about a knowledge of, all right, I didn't do any ishtalut, I did nothing to try to attain knowledge, and I'm just going to say I know nothing. So I'm not going to know anything anyways. But this level of giving up, I know nothing. That's not what Rabbi Nachman is talking about. This goal pertains to every level of insight. This is what Rabbi Nachman means. One may reach the level of realizing he knows nothing, but only in a particular area and on a given level. Cover this is the biggest. This is the biggest teaching ever. There's still the next level, and this has not even been touched. He does not know enough about the next level to even realize his ignorance. And no matter how high he goes, there's still a higher step. So, Chavra, I mean, this is just thank you to the tzaddikim who've really explained it to us in a simple level of what this means. And I'm sorry, Chavra, for the limited knowledge of my perception, understanding of the tzaddikim who brought this down in a way that we could understand. But essentially, we have the ceiling right here, right? So imagine we're starting from the ground and we're making our way up and up and up and up and up and up the levels of wisdom. And then we get to the ceiling and we think, we made it. The highest point of knowledge. I know nothing. Rabbi Nachman says, that's amazing, but it's only from this level. It's only from that cycle that you went through. Meaning to say, you don't even know that once you break through this ceiling, that you're on the floor of the next room, on the next level. And then you have another cycle to go through. So when do we ever not know? What a high level of not knowing. There's always a new insight to attain. There's always new levels to attain. We are never there. We are never there. That's why Rabbi Nachman says you cannot say that you truly know nothing, because you only know nothing if we're zocha of that level. Of that level. Bless you. Gesundheit. Anyways, wow, what a teaching. So now Rabbi Nachman says, and oh my gosh, now it's coming to me. And I don't know the story because I haven't heard it or said it in a while. The Zidachaver, do I know the name of the Zidachaver? I don't right now. But the Zidachaver, the Rebbe of Zidachav, he went through Shas the first time. He's like, a little bit familiar about. And then he goes through Shas the second time with all the Mefarshim and so on, knows it cold. Then he goes through Shas again, probably Yerushalmi, Bavli, the whole thing, knows it cold. And then he goes through it a fourth time. And he's like, wow, and mamash know nothing. Mamash know nothing. And this is a prime example of someone going through the level, a tzaddik of a generation, going through all the levels, and then he's able to get to that place, that highest level of not knowing. But then he goes through it again, and then he goes through the next wave, the next level, the next, everyone loves using the terminology of Mario, Super Smash Bros, or all these different video games that you get to the next Bowser. Lahavdil. Rav Hashem.
Both bad guys.
All the bad guys, right? It's good. So that's the Zidachaver. Okay, so Rabbi Nachman continues. We'll go weiter. Therefore, a person knows nothing and still cannot perceive his ignorance, for there's always a degree of not knowing on the level that lies beyond his perception. So we really don't know. We should just be in the state of I don't know, and I'm excited for the next level of not knowing. I'm excited for the next level of understanding, of knowledge.
How do I advance? By knowing less?
We don't know, meaning we don't know.
So meaning I don't know anything now. Does that mean at the highest level or the lowest level?
I don't know.
And how do the levels change?
I don't know.
Does Rav Nachman know?
I mean, he says it cannot be put into writing how much Rabbi Nachman emphasized Hashem's greatness. He says that it's beyond all measure. So how are we
Right.
able to put a limit on God's greatness? Hashem does so many wonderful things that absolutely no one could really appreciate them all. We can't
Yeah.
really understand where we're holding in this world. That's why we're 1 second away from greatness.
So should I just maybe I should do nothing?
No, because that's doing nothing. Rabbi Nachman says of doing nothing. That's not the level of not knowing that he's speaking about. He's talking about, oh, I'm trying each and every second of the day. I'm trying and trying and trying to attaining more wisdom, more wisdom, more wisdom, more wisdom. And then you get to this level of not knowing. Like we just went through the Zidichover's story, goes through Shas 4 times, and he's able to say at the end that he doesn't know. But that's only the not knowing of this level, right? But then he enters into the next level of not knowing, right? But he's going up the levels of knowledge as he's going through that cycle. You get what I'm saying?
You know about the Fisher story? Because I
Oh
think
no,
it's good.
no, I don't even know if I'm making sense. Do I make sense before you say this, story?
Maybe this might be what you're thinking. I think it makes sense. Like we kind of have to be in the sprint all the time as if we're trying to win the race, but never actually expect to win the race. But sprint like we're competing.
Exactly.
Okay. So there's a story of a dude who's
But
like
we are winning. But
resting.
we
Oh,
are no,
okay.
but we are winning. We are winning. We are
Yeah.
winning
Oh,
by
we
sprinting.
are winning. Right. Meaning the goal isn't to win. First of all, what's his name from who was in Shaldag, who's in Herzliya? Really strong dude who's like becoming more religious.
Oh, Binyamin.
I think so. So he one time exploded my brain about that. That he said that like we want to be like God, right? And God, if you want to tell me that God's perfect, so that means that you're saying that God can't get any better, but God, Hashem could do everything, right? So how is it that he's perfect? Well, it means that he's constantly becoming perfect.
Oh, Binyamin is sharp.
You follow
Binyamin,
that?
Binyamin is sharp.
So we're also never supposed to reach the end. We're always supposed to be getting there. But there's a story of this fisherman who had a long day of fishing with this little net, worked super hard. At the end of the day, he's like lying on his boat, exhausted, resting. And a guy comes over, he's like, "Hey man, I have an idea. Buy a bigger net and you'll catch more fish." And he's like, "Okay, and then what?" And he's like, "And then you'll be able to make more money." And he's like, "Okay, and then what?" You could bring more boats with more fishermen. He's like, "Okay, and then what?" You have a huge company and you could rest all day. And he's like, "And what am I doing right now?"
Mm,
So that's like what I'm saying.
mm, mm.
But it's kind of that, like, I don't know.
It's
It's
chazak.
not.
It's mamish chazak. It's chazak. It's chazak.
I don't know. I don't know if it's that,
We're
but
on the
it's
same
good.
page. We're on the same page here.
Well, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you.
It's I'm just thinking now because you just opened up with that story. Is like the Rabbi Nachman has a story. We're not going to get into it because it's just a longer story, but of like the simpleton versus the sophisticated person. Like there's two people. There's the sophisticated and then there's the simpleton. And the simpleton was a shoemaker at one point in his life, and he used to make triangular shoes. He wasn't making the shoes, like the Kohans. It wasn't coming in the shape of the Kohans. It was triangular shoes. And people will come up to him, including his wife, and be like, honey, what's up with these triangular shoes? Like, they're good, no? They're good. I think they're good. I get paid when I'm getting paid, but I think they're good. But it's so strong by the simpleton. He's saying that people like you're saying, when you get to this level, you make the shape into the kohans, that's when you made it. That's when you have that completeness. But because he's able to find completeness in the process itself, if he's able to find enoughness with the process itself, that's the tachlis. That's the tachlis. So the
Mm.
triangle shoes, not everything's going to be perfect. We're not truly going to know, but we're okay with what we have, what we're trying to achieve. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Should we stop here and go to tomorrow?
Could be. It could be. Could
All
be.
right, let's see it, Shmaya. Kevra, fired
Small.
up. That was a
Small.
confusing one, but we go weiter. We go weiter. We don't stop. We don't
Dude,
stop.
I think we could say it simply. I think
Yeah.
that we have to try our best, but not expect to get anywhere. It's kind of like working out.
Yeah.
I'm saying like I don't know. I mean, it could be some people have an end goal, but in reality, like you go to the gym to be in shape, but you're not trying to maybe get to one specific thing. Go to the gym to work. You know what I'm saying, so it's kind of like that. I think that it's not like there's no clear end, there's no clear
Right,
destination. I'm going on
right.
a marathon. I don't know where the end zone is, but I have to do my best always. Always. But that is the game. They're not
Mamash.
checking who gets to the end first. They're checking who's running the
Mamash,
best.
mamash. There's no comparing whatsoever. And also know that whatever step, whatever efforts we're putting in right now into trying to get better, to try to make the next right decision, that's saturated with infinity. It's saturated with Hashem's light. And that's amazing too. It's so amazing. We have to be okay with that too and love that. Love that, love that, love that. Love the process. Cover Basir to Shema, let's fire it up and we'll continue tomorrow. Fire it up, Chaim.
Yeah.
Well, well.